Hey everyone, it's Justin. Those close to me know that I study computer science at UNC Chapel Hill. I did a Bachelor of Science in Computer Science in undergrad alongside a BS in Information Science as well as a minor in Philosophy, Politics, and Economics. Currently, I'm in the graduate program, and what that means is I've had the pleasure of taking a lot of computer science classes. I thought it'd be fun for myself and perhaps informative to others to make a video ranking all the computer science classes that I've taken over my academic career. Here are a couple of ground rules on how I determine the rankings and what kind of commentary you can expect from me. 1. The key factors behind a ranking are how much I enjoyed the course and how much I think it contributed to my overall knowledge of computer science. 2. I tend to prefer big picture systems courses over those focused on theory and application. 3. I'll be talking more about the content and learning goals of the class rather than the course structure. 4. I will not be talking about specific instructors or grades unless I feel that an instructor has greatly enhanced the course content. And finally, I think all of these courses are good courses and I learned something from all of them. I just think that some of them are gooder than others. With that out of the way, let's begin. Number 17, Artificial Intelligence. AI is a bit of a buzzword for a field that's really just about applied algorithms and statistics. This course is mostly conceptual and covers important AI principles and paradigms, but I expected a little bit more of AI in practice since we didn't go too deep into the theory. Number 16, Files and Databases. This class should really just be called Databases for the amount that you cover with files. The material is valuable, but the depth of the material covered is such that you might be better off just self-studying this topic. I did really enjoy the discussion about different types of database models and paradigms such as NoSQL and graph-based databases, however. Number 15, Machine Learning. Artificial intelligence left me craving more AI theory, but this is not really what I meant. This is a graduate class taught to undergrads, all about the mathematical models behind machine learning, and so it's more of a math course than anything else. It felt kind of like I was looking at a bunch of formulas, but never quite developing the intuition I needed to understand them. Could be my fault, I'm not a big math person, but I will say the assignments were pretty cool. Number 14, Foundations of Programming. Nothing to say about this one really. This one will boost your programming skills, but at what cost? It does educate you on how to structure software, which is really important, but I found a lot of the information about Java itself to be reviewed from a previous course. Number 13, Models of Computation. The theory behind this one is fascinating, and regular expressions are used in just about every area of CS I can think of. The material's a bit dry, and it can be a little difficult at first to see how it relates to computer science as a whole, but if you take the time to internalize the material, you'll find yourself seeing it in all of your other CS classes. State machines are everywhere, and I'd say we've discussed them in more than half of my CS courses. Seriously, it's like the trolley problem of CS. Number 12, Algorithm Analysis. Aside from some discussion on proofs and complexity analysis, this course was mostly memorizing algorithms for me. This has value, but there wasn't as much of a theoretical edge as I would have expected from a 500 level course. Your experience will greatly depend on the professor, so do your research. Number 11, Modern Web Programming. In this one, the lectures take a backseat to the assignments, and the assignments are pretty well crafted. In this class, you learn by doing, and the final project will let you build an entire web application. The class is very front-end focused, and you won't cover the back-end at all. Additionally, it might have been pretty practical to learn some web services such as AWS or Google Cloud. Number 10, Computational Photography. I like computers and I like photography. This course is practically made for me. The material is really interesting and you get some good experience using MATLAB, but it doesn't sit right with me how quickly you can solve the assignments with the built-in MATLAB library. It's just personal preference. If you're looking for a deep dive into computer vision, this class will disappoint you, but otherwise it's a really fun seminar class. Number 9, Programming Language Concepts. Like 550, your experience will greatly vary with the instructor, and the instructor changes a lot for this one. This course is basically a survey of programming paradigms and languages. My particular iteration of the course focused on functional programming, type safety, parameter evaluation, and the history of languages. Overall, a pretty cool course and a great companion to compilers. Number 8, Data Structures. Pay attention to this one. Data structures will appear in almost every course after this one, so you should learn it. The implementation assignments were both useful and practical, but some of the trickier data structures, display tree, were pretty frustrating. Number 7, Compilers. Definitely the hardest CS course I've taken at UNC, but I learned a heck of a lot. You have to implement a compiler for a subset of Java, and this is a big project that'll build on itself the entire semester. If you fall behind, you will suffer. It is hard and it is time consuming, but you'll walk away understanding what a compiler really does, and that is super valuable. Number 6, Intruder Programming. I have to give credit where credit is due, and without a fantastic experience in this course, I would not have a CS degree, much less be standing in front of you making this video. This course does such a good job of introducing fundamentals and testing mastery with fun assignments, and it sets you up well for the major by introducing you to important concepts like recursion and stack and heap management. Number 5, digital logic. This one is so cool. You write a MIPS processor from scratch using Verilog, and then you write a program that can run on it, and it has input and output. You start from nothing, and then you get to see something output on a screen. How cool is that? Montek's guidance in this course is invaluable, and this course is a must for anyone who wants to understand things on the hardware level. Number 4, Internet services and protocols. I really like classes that help me understand how computers work, and this one did exactly that. Learning about all the handshakes between computers and all the levels of the protocol stack really reinforced a lot of concepts from 410 and 411, and were just cool to know. Dr. Don Smith absolutely made this class, holding small group sessions with everybody in the class once a week. Examples are one of the better ways to learn how networks work, and Dr. Smith really helped make sure we got that through personal learning experiences. Number 3, Intro to Security. Another one that's just plain cool and the perfect blend of systems, theory, and application. Dr. Monrose's version of the course is super fun and gamified, and it trains you to think like a hacker through assignments such as password guessing, network analysis, and hacking an online game. If you're lucky, you might even get to learn how to pick physical locks. Number 2, operating systems. Without this course, you'll be missing out on key knowledge about the hardware-software relationship and how computers mediate between all their programs. It has a reputation of being very tough, but you will grow a lot as a computer scientist if you take it. Shout out to Dr. Porter for his excellent course structure and the interaction with students he had during lectures when I took it. Now, before we get to number 1, let me talk for a second about the runner-ups, courses that I've always wanted to take but never got the opportunity. 2D graphics. I've met an entire graphics library. How fun. However, I couldn't get the computing environment set up on my Windows machine, so I dropped the course. Software engineering lab. Create a real application for a real client and learn the principles of software engineering. A must for those either going into industry or simply seeking experience. Distributed systems. Cloud computing is everywhere this day, and this is the class where you can learn all about how that works. Bioalgorithms. I'm no biology guy, but this is a very important and practical applied field in computer science. Also, the course seems like a great blend of theory and application. Enabling technologies. You get to develop a piece of software that'll help mitigate some of the challenges that people of certain demographics face. Always an advocate of using computer science for social good. Number 1, Comp 411, baby. You know me, you'll have seen this one coming from miles away. I've been on Comp 411's teaching staff for the past 4 semesters, and I can safely say that this is the class that solidified my love for computer science. 411 starts you off with C programming, a low-level language, and moves you all the way down to transistors, the lowest of levels. A lot of people hate this course, and I get why. I learned about a lot of topics that are seemingly unrelated from each other. Boolean logic, information representation, performance. But at the end, you can see how it all ties together to make a processor, and it is gloriously satisfying. This right here, this is computing in its purest form, and it solidifies the idea that computers are really nothing more than rocks that we tricked into thinking. So there you have it. Take this list with a grain of salt, as it's based off of my own personal experiences and preferences, and those are far from universal. But if you heed my advice and take any of these courses, I can guarantee that you'll learn something. I would love to know your experiences as well, so sound off in the comments. And as always, thanks for watching.